All right, everything's kind of crazy right now in the machine here. I'm trying to do that new microphone on Android, and I have no controls. One of the reason I purchased this is it supposedly worked on Android, and it does. Hang on, and it does, but you can't do any of the presets, and there's no. Why is this like that? There. there's no. There's no noise gate. Like it's supposed to default to everything on like neutral if there's any questions, but for some reason the default is without the noise gate. So I have to look into it and see why that's happening. I still have a noise gate with my online app, and it's a little bit loud. I can't turn the volume down and can't do anything to it, which is yeah. Well, what one of the weaknesses of Android is that you can't like chain everything together. Like in Windows, you go in and you can adjust all sorts of things to get it to work. But I could even turn the volume down if I needed to. I don't think I have that access on my tablet. I could look, but not going live. I mean, obviously recording, I can do a lot. I mean, I have Cubasis. I could, do all sorts of things, but there might be a way to do it live, but I don't think there is. But then you'd also be dealing with a lot of processing power. But I don't think you can. Like, if you look on Windows, there's something called VB cable and a bunch of other things, the banana or something like that. A whole bunch of things where you can just kind of string everything together. It's just like patch cable, digital patch, and things like that. So you can do all sorts of funky things. You can't do that here. Mixbox has a whole bunch of different software app type dynamic devices, sound devices, all sorts of effects and all sorts of uh, preamps and compressors and EQs and. But the only thing is, when you monitor, it has a lag on it. Even with like a fast Surface Pro or something. With the i7, like I think the 11th or 12th generation. So again, there's a lot of issue. The thing is, I don't understand why they can't do the Bluetooth mobile control. I know it costs more money, but again, we need to jump over that and get to that where you actually have an app on your mobile that Bluetooths into the microphone, and then you just adjust the microphone. And this isn't just a microphone. Again, it has a lot of advanced features. And that capsule is real nice. It's really a crisp capsule. There's actually an upgrade to this one, the next level up. So what they're building these for are the gamers that stream and all that. However, the one thing with that is they generally use Windows or Mac. So it's difficult to push them to move it forward. The benefit that Sound Blaster said was with the G3 for gamers, because that was built for gamers also, and that thing plugs into anything. That'll plug into their various gaming platforms, not only computers, Nintendo, and all those crazy different platforms. I guess I got that water shut off. It's like spouting up. They cursed me this morning. Cursed them back, and then I drove down the road, and there's like water spouting up from the ground. I don't think it was supposed to be like that, even if they had scheduled it like that, because it was coming out to the road, and there was like a big fountain. So, where was I there? Okay, so the thing is that they don't. They don't have that on most devices. Sound Blaster has an app on your phone where you can control the mic. Now, this mic, like I was saying, has a lot of different processors. So it's really nice. It's just you can only use it in Windows, and I didn't feel like grabbing my Microsoft Surface. It still sounds good. However, for some reason, if it had the noise gate, I wouldn't care. But for some reason, I lost the noise gate, and I did turn the bass up a little bit, I think. It may have defaulted back to the original settings. So I have to figure out why the noise gate isn't on, besides maybe being hacked. So I have to go in Windows to adjust it. But the Sound Blaster is great. Their concept, everybody should have it. Even if you have controls in Windows or controls on the microphone or the device, you should have a Bluetooth chip where the mobile device speaks to the Bluetooth chip, and the Bluetooth chip speaks to the rest of it, and it just controls. And that's for gamers too, because the idea is you don't have to look at another screen on your PC while you're gaming. You just pull your mobile up if you want to adjust your, be a tablet, not an iPad, an iOS device, an Android device, your phone. So every time I move, I buy those little round things that go on the oven or the stove where the burners are. So I got to go buy those. The funny thing is, like, I ran out of stuff to put in the containers, and I have room left over. So I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do to fill this up? Like, it actually can't happen until tomorrow because some stuff I can't take down. But I got to the dishwasher. I turned the dishwasher on. I haven't used it. I don't use it. But I cleaned it out by running it. But I forgot you only put like one little drop of dish soap because it goes whoosh, foams up. But I got that thing like I sucked all the foam out. I have the, what do they call that? The Hoover carpet cleaner. I don't even think that place was painted when I moved in. I think somebody like gently lived there, and then they just gave it to me because it's just bizarre. And I remember looking at it, going, "Oh, I just want to move in somewhere." And that's what happened. Like if I was unmolested moving in, I would have never selected that place, and I probably would have had a place with normal parking. I'd have some place to put my trailer. I could go get it today and keep it there overnight. My thing is I don't want to leave early anyway, so I got all day tomorrow. I'm going to stay short of my destination, so it's no big deal. I probably ain't gonna, I'm not going to leave much. I'm probably not going to leave before 5. That'd be the earliest because it's only a few hours away where I'm going. What happens is when you get there early, people that want to steal things from hotels and people that list stay at hotels, they have a time to look at you. So if you're there early, some of those people drive around. I may drive around at night also, but a lot of times they'll see something and go, "Hey, there's one over at so and so." They call up their friend or go visit them, and they plan to get got a dually pickup truck and they go steal a trailer or something. But if you get there later, usually they're already home and they're like, "Well, I didn't see anything." I mean, I can lock it to my. I'm gonna. What you have to do is take the chains and lock it to the hitch. I don't like the rig on the U-Haul. It doesn't even have a jack. You can't like even jack it up and do anything with it. So it's kind of weird. When it's loaded up, it's loaded up. Okay, what was I going to get? Okay, that's over this way. So you always want to do it. So that cedar fever's out, and it can affect people's minds. I've seen it. Believe me, I watch for it. I don't know what it does. It's an allergic reaction, which has a lot of things within it and what it touches on in the body. So it could be like a form of shock, right? But it's a very strong allergic reaction. Like I say, everybody's by it, but they don't know what it is because they might not have like what do you call it, rhinosis or whatever, rhinitis. Now, hay fever. They don't have hay fever. They have they're just like all tired. They walk around all tired all day. They need a double cup of coffee or something. So that's that. I got to go in here and get that. Looks like I got everything pretty much under control. I'm gonna clean the stove next. Everything cleans up real easy and clean. Not a problem. I don't clean things. I finally got I was like hesitant to do it. My tub, I couldn't get it to clean. Obviously it's the top coating or whatever they coat those with is warm, so I couldn't get it clean. And I'm like, I remember last time I used it made it worse because it took more of the coating off. I used steel wool and stuff. So I kind of just said, well, Hail Mary pass. I can't get any worse than this, I don't think. And I actually could get it clean. So I started getting it cleaner. So that's happy day. I was worried about that, the way my bathtub would look. I mean, every place I've stayed since the one apartment at Warren Inn in Santa Fe had a newer bathtub. I mean, this stuff in there is ancient. The toilet needs to be. I mean, the toilet's nice because I mean it's it's like huge. I mean, all that water it feels it's like a whirlpool, because it's like ancient. It's an old toilet, so it has all that extra water. But you know what? I had the water, the one at Wood Spring Suites, which is now Extended Stay America. Actually, if you adjust it so it's at the maximum height, it was great. But when you go in there, it's like at half height. You're like, it's like a couple drops of water. You're like, that's not going down. So you go in there, you just get a Phillips head screwdriver and you turn it, and it raises that the stop so it doesn't stop early, and then it fills all the way, not all the way up, but like 7/8 or so. And even though it's not a whole lot of water, it's designed to really work. And if you max those out, I found if you max the economy toilets out, then they're fine. If you buy economy to the what not the economy, what do they call that? Environmentally sound toilet. It it has less water. If you don't max it out, it does. So that's what happened. Most people, they walk into their home and their new home or something, and it doesn't work, and they're all angry. But they don't know if they get a screwdriver and they max it out, it'll work fine. It's just they don't work for nothing short of maxed out. Now, if it's your kid's bathroom, you could leave it halfway down; it won't matter. But any adult, they're gonna need a full. So I would go in, I'm like, seems not. I actually changed out a couple of the places I went in. Like the first day you're in there, I go, you call maintenance, they'll be like, well, that's how the toilet works. They're not going to fix it for you. So I cut to the chase. I go buy, a nice brand new high quality mechanism for the toilet. And then it's like, and they turn it all the way up and it goes, but it's still the economy one. I don't, it's not like that I've altered the economy. I've just turned it up a little bit so it works. It's better than the maintenance guy coming up and I got to clean out the toilet. That's half the reason they have to clean out the toilets in these places. They turn the water flow down to save money, but then they don't flush right. And maintenance got to come up and fix the toilet. I know it's a shitty subject, but somebody has to speak about it. So I got to go in here. It's just like I'm kind of like I don't want to rush because I don't want to be like sitting around tomorrow going, what am I going to do? And then I leave early, and then I'm somewhere too early, and I don't want to do that. So I got to kind of waste a little time. I really, my favorite thing would have been to do is get the trailer and have a place to park it overnight. I mean, I live in just bullshit places. So hopefully that works out. I don't know what's going to happen in Kansas City, but hopefully they're nice people. Kansas people were nice. I remember that, except for the state trooper that wrote me a ticket. He was like right out in the middle of the highway. We were going to Topeka from Junction City for dog training. It wasn't that fast. It was like, I mean, it was hardly nothing. And I'm looking like, where the hell? It must have been an airplane or something, or a helicopter, right? Because I was like, where the hell? How the hell did they get me? You come up over the hill, and the cop's already in the middle of the highway. So he had to have radio communication with something. Unless they had some sort of like, thing on the side of the road, like up on a hill or something where we couldn't see them. There's not much hill there anyway. It was like a 78 Cutlass or something we were driving. I don't think we were in my Monte. I had a Monte Carlo, like a 76. I don't think we were in that. I think we were in the white Cutlass four door with my dog as a puppy. Maybe in a 76. I don't know. It ran good. My second daughter wasn't born yet. It's just my first daughter. So, oh yeah, I knew at the top that I was going to speak about. So they're programming people by what they're doing, and you need to stop the agents and the officers from doing that. Theoretically, they're stopping you from committing some sort of egregious action, immorality, or crime, but they're not. It's the reverse. They won't let people be until they commit crimes, and I don't know how many officers are using it, but it's a large number. I'll tell you that. And it's considered like a high value skill, but God will keep getting you. So that's just how it's going to be from now on. Because there was no way for me to maintain a well and healthy life. As long as I could maintain health and wellness above a certain point, then God would say it was okay. But now it's not. And again, I'm not the only one. Which means, the world's screwed up anyway. But, now when you took it down below a certain level, forget it. All bets are off. And God says you've all been judged to hell already if you're part of that. So, you took your chances in life. You might have got rich doing it, but it just doesn't pay in the afterlife. I'll tell you that. Well, stay peaceful. Praise God in all that you do. Praise God.